All right, another milestone day in paradise. The block team is here. They've already got some blocks moved over here. They are going to start laying some block and building some walls. So if you thought it was confusing before trying to keep track of the two crews working on the fence and the house, for the next couple of days we're going to have three crews. We're going to have the roof crew, the house crew, and the fence crew. So we're going to try to keep these a little bit segregated, but as you've seen last week, I got off a little bit on my videos. I had one video that I completely missed, the one on the septic tank. So it was out of series by one video because I'm trying to keep everything kind of segregated so it all makes sense if you just come in a year from now and start looking at a video. So I'm trying to keep each part of the build a little bit segregated, but like the next couple of days, it's just not going to be possible. And I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to show you what we got in front of us. The fence crew's back there getting ready. House crew's here. The roof crew doesn't normally show up for another hour. We've got some stuff we got to do in town this morning. So we're going to stick around here long enough to watch these gentlemen get started. And by then, hopefully the roof crew will get here. I think I stated yesterday, one guy did all that end, full tiles, and a third of this one by himself. So if they get a couple guys on those angled pieces on the hips and the ridge, a couple guys laying tiles on these sides, I would think they could have this knocked out today or tomorrow at the latest. These guys here are laying out string lines where the blocks need to sit. I talked the other day about a change we made with the bedroom. This here, where this line is to my right, to him, was supposed to be a hallway with a door at the end. Some pit thought the bedroom was too small, so instead of having the door into the bedroom here and a hallway here, we went ahead, brought the door over here, got rid of that door, just added another meter to our bedroom. And instead of having a smaller window, we put one great big window in that wall over there. This will be easier for these guys and save them some money, and time. Time is money. Money is time. Get all the plastic off. These things are still wet. It's been 2 weeks. Okay, we're going to get off here for a minute, watch these guys, and we'll get you updated when something interesting comes up. Fast forward about 3 hours. I don't know, the roof crew hasn't showed up, so I don't know what the hell's going on with them. They're running a plumb bob over here right now to get the wall straight up and down. My guess is you young carpenters in the West wouldn't even know how to use this thing. So they're going to get straight over top that line. Oh. He'll mark it up there. They'll chalk line the post, and that's where they'll run the block wall up. They'll do that on both ends, I'm assuming. Let's look over here. I think they did it over here already. Yeah, right there. Fence guys got busy. They are forming up this front fence. And like I said, I don't think they have enough to do the whole thing. No, they don't have any out there. It doesn't look like so. They'll probably do one pour here and then one pour over there. I would assume they'll get these up today. Looks like the beam might be formed right into this. That's going to be the narrow panel, and this will be the wide panel. It's going to be a little wider on the bottom, a little wider on the top, which is fine, I guess. I don't need a big beam, just something distinct to put a color on it. And I think I already mentioned they're not going to put this roof up until this wall is blocked and the skim coat is done and painted up above the ceiling already. So our next payment, which is supposed to be post-roof completion, we withheld 70,000 baht for this roof since it's not going to get done, because the agreement was that when the roof is completed, we'd give another payment. So we're holding back 70,000 until this is done. I don't know where the roof crew is. All right, it's official. We have the first block. And as we've seen before with concrete, they wet it down first. This guy's hard at work. Well, these lines here, I'm assuming there's some rebar going to go in here, and one of those is probably the lower level for a beam, maybe for windows or something. But a lot of times if there's a window in the wall or whatever, they'll put a beam across there to support it. So this gentleman right here with doing the block, and he was not here for the previous concrete work. They brought him in just to help with this. So I'm guessing he's going to lay one on each end and then run a string line across it. Gonna buy him a rubber hammer for Christmas. And now all he's got to do is repeat that process about that many more times. And for those of you that don't know, they will do what they call a skim coat on top of this, which is basically a layer of mortar where they'll come in, they'll just cover everything with a thin layer of concrete to make it one smooth wall when it's all done. Yeah, see, now he's going to run a string line across here, and the bricks through the center, he'll just follow that string line. So I was going to videotape every brick, but I think I'll skip that part. Let's go see how the guys on the wall are doing. They're still putting up forms. Man, they've been on this all morning, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels done. So it looks like they got enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's 20 here, so they're going to have to do 3 pours. So it looks like they're just putting a bolt through there. Okay, there's a plastic spacer there. And these larger ones down in here, those are going to be the drain holes we requested. It's not what I had in mind, though. I wanted them sticking out from the wall, so we didn't get that. So there you can see string line. I'll just make sure the tops are all level and run right down that line. All right, we're going to get back over it. It's freaking getting hot out every day now. It's not that hot. It's just humid. The humidity has come back. So you just don't dry out. It's just sweat. Even in the shade, it's pretty darn humid and hot. The only time it's even comfortable is if there's some kind of a air movement. And the last 2 days, there hasn't been hardly any wind at all. My little fan just ain't cutting it. We're going to have to get a bigger one. We're going to see how they join 2 walls together. Not like this. This is how you remove a brick. My knee?
Maybe I need take concrete.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they're going to put a concrete column right here to help stabilize that wall. Yeah. Young man here forgot about it, so he had to cut it out. I seen him cutting it. And they're cutting this stuff with the little grinder down there. But it cuts really easy. I've seen this stuff cut on YouTube before. And you see the string line. He'll just move that up every row and he'll just follow it. That'll keep the wall straight up and down this way and this way. And what I've seen elsewhere in videos is they usually put a beam right at the bottom of the windows to set the window on, and it also gives you a new solid platform to build the rest of the wall on. Typically with doorways, they'll put the beam above the door as a header. But we'll see in the coming days. A cloud, thank God. That sun's freaking hot. So I'm really disappointed these roof guys aren't here today. I expected to get this roof on here today and help give these guys some shade. So we're being told we got some more block layers coming in tomorrow or the next day. They're not available yet, so he's going to be the only one here for a minute. But these 2 guys are his sons. And as I said before, it's kind of a family affair. One of the other sons is coming back to help block. This trip, Mom's not here, but his wife or girlfriend, whatever she is over there, and got his grandson over there too. Looks like he's about 3 years old. He was over there naked in a big plastic bowl a little bit ago, taking a dip in the pool. So I'm guessing he'll run this wall up to this beam, and then he'll stop, go over there and start working up. It needs to be level, but it isn't absolutely critical, because when they get to the beam, they'll level the beam again and start over again up from there. But to get maximum weight distribution across all the blocks, they should be level. Wall guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only got 1 more. They're working on the last panel right now that they have available. It's 2:30. Technically, they can pour this today if they can get Huana to get some concrete in here, but from what I've seen so far, he won't let them do anything like that without him here. Which, I mean, if he doesn't have confidence in him, then he shouldn't do it without him here. I have no idea what their abilities are. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. You just fill it up, vibrate it down, and smooth out the top. Rolled black oil on these things. Let me show you over here. It isn't even used oil. It's new oil. It looks pretty clean. But they roll those forms with oil so this concrete won't stick to them. So the guy on the camouflage hat over there is the only one that was here before. These other three guys are all new to this site. We should end up with, just like over there, 1 meter of column sticking out. And that's got to be pretty close. At least they got a little spot they can get out of the sun. See, we took this wall out and this door and moved this bedroom door right here. So this W6 right here, you go to this page, look at W6, and it shows you which window's going there. Here's a D5 for the door, a D5 for the door. Window 7, door 4, window 2, top, D4, yep. So if you don't know how to read those, that's how you read them. My,
Wow.
yeah, my owl.
เอาตัวนี้บ่เอาตัวนี้บ่เนี่ยตัวที่ประตูไม่มี
My knee, my knee,
กระตางไม่ใส่
my knee,
อันนี้
knee. Yeah. Let me see what's the W.
ไอ้นี่ไม่เอาเนาะไม่มีเนาะ
My me,
ครับ
D4, DC.
D6 D6 นี่
My knee,
ครับ
knee,
ครับ
knee, knee. Nong song,
เอานี่
knee,
อันนี้ของนี่
knee,
ครับนี่
knee.
ครับตัวนี้
My me,
ไม่มี
my me.
เอาตัวนี้มาใส่ตัวนี้
Cup,
อ๋อ
yeah.
แต่ตัวนี้ไม่เอาตัว
Uh,
นี้ไอ้นี่ไม่เอานี่
yeah, my
Yeah,
owl,
these
my
are
owl,
my
my
เอา
owl.
ตัวนี้คู่ตัวนี้กับตัวนี้
Cup. Kurun.
ครับ
Yeah. Kurun.
เอาบานใหญ่เลยบานใหญ่
Yeah. Cup. Nong hoksip. Cup. Yeah.
1 เมตร 60
Yep.
ครับไอ้นี่ใส่ทางโน้นไม่ได้
Cup.
เตี้ยมันต่
Yep. Cup.
ำใส่ได้ตัวนี้เพราะว่าตัวนี้มันทับอยู่
Cup. Okay, we got that figured out. 2 pieces of rebar coming straight up. It's easier to drill it now before there's other crap in the way, I guess. That's probably why he's drilling it now. That's where his hatchet chopping comes in there. It's going to lay right on top of that rod where he cut that groove. And then he will or already did the same thing with this piece here, I'm guessing. Yep. And I imagine he'll do that all the way up, or at least every other row. As Hunan Ban said, we're going to pour a concrete column there to tie this wall here into. Huya and I showed up. So I'm assuming that means concrete's coming, because that's usually when he's here. Let's sit here in the shade for a minute. Me and the young man here just got done moving these power lines. I had to move that pole from there over to here to get it off the roof. And then we had to move this one back to get it off the roof here. When I went to move this one, that pole fell over. So we had to move it. When we went to move this one, the wires fell. So they're down here for now. But when I get ready to leave, I'll bring the truck up here, wire tie them back up to the top, get them out of the way here. Even though nobody's going to be cutting through here anymore anyhow, because there's no way to walk through that wall. So, and there won't be here by tomorrow. So maybe I'll just leave them there. So he got the wall up to beam level. So he stopped this. Concrete truck has showed up to start pouring concrete in the wall. Looks like it's thick enough that it's going to hold rock, so should be okay. Hopefully he'll use a vibrator on it. Concrete looks pretty good. All right, the block crew got a jump on me this morning. It's about 8:15, but if they're before 7, they pretty much get a jump on me. But they've already got 2 rows of blocks in here and a couple over there we'll look at in a minute. I've been here for a little bit. We moved these poles yesterday and these wires fell down, so I had to get those wire tied back up. And over here at the well, had the roof crew weld these tabs on here I showed you the other day, so I could screw it onto the pipe to keep it from jumping around, flopping around. So before I did that, I dumped some bleach in there again. Had the young man over there help me out. We put silicone all around it, sealed it all up, screwed it down, and now I'm just flushing it out with a bleach. I didn't put as much bleach in this time because these folks are actively using it and I don't want to over-chlorinate them. Just enough to kill off some bacteria. Okay, we saw these guys pour these right at the end of the night last night, and he is unbolting the forms. I'm assuming they'll pull them off, run them right down there and put them back on. It's going to have a chamfered edge in it down through here, it looks like. Somebody asked how thick this wall is. Well, you can see the top of it's about 4.5 to 5 inches, but the center part is going to be closer to probably 4 inches. Because it's also, as you can see, chamfered here and down there. So it's going to have like a chamfered edge on it. I was kind of hoping for sharp edges so it'd be easier to paint a line on it. Because we wanted to put the poles in the beam in, for instance, a darker color that matches the house, and then the middle part a lighter color that matches the house, and do that same pattern all the way around. We'll come back later and look at it. As we saw yesterday, the roof team was not here, so they got nothing accomplished yesterday. They are supposed to be back today. I suspect it's only going to take about 1 to 2 days to get this all done if they got a team of 7 like they had. So I have a feeling they went and started another job. So I also have a feeling that they're probably going to leave some guys over there and bring some back here. So he's working on the kitchen wall. There'll be a door right here out to that outdoor living area. A 90 centimeter door, 90 by 205. And sometimes, depending on how tall the walls are, and we are having tall walls, so they might put another beam up high, but I don't see any marks, so maybe not. We'll see. As I said yesterday, we were told that there'll be some more guys in today, his family, to come out and start helping them. So hopefully this will go pretty quick, but I'm guessing it's going to take a week and a half, 2 weeks to put all these blocks in. Problem is I got to stop and build these concrete beams across these. That's what's going to slow them down. So I'm going to say 2 weeks. Very lightweight, cuts and breaks very easily. I think they take like a machete, lay it on there, and give it a whack, I think. You're going to trim it all the way down. That'll work too. So I was up here wandering around, and I noticed 5 PVC door frames laying over here. I thought there was only going to be 2 PVC doors on the 2 bathrooms. But maybe they're putting them on the exterior doors too, and we dropped one out lately. So maybe there needs to be 3 PVCs, but there were supposed to be wood doors on the 2 bedrooms and the laundry room. But 2 of those frames over there are 70 centimeters, and I thought they were all supposed to be 80, so you could get a wheelchair through them if we needed to later on. Because that was kind of how we planned it from day one. And we're trying to look ahead and think of everything we can that we might need later on. Anyhow, I talked to Hunab on here, and he doesn't know. He's just following the plan. So he said he'd talk to Duke later. I got a plan in the truck. I'll go look at it, see where it calls for 2 70-inch or 70 centimeter doors. But There wasn't supposed to be any, I thought. I thought everything was 80 minimum because we talked multiple times about wheelchair accessible. So we'll figure it out. They're not opened up, so he can take them back if he needs to or swap them out. Just one more reason why you need to be on site and paying attention. I just talked about I found those 2 PVC frames over there at 70 centimeters, and everything was supposed to be at least 80 to get wheelchairs through it. Talked to Huan Bon. He said he would call Duke. Out of curiosity, I went and grabbed the plan out of my truck. I'm going to try to hold this up there. I don't know if you're going to be able to read it. There are 3 door sizes. If you look right above them, they're 90s and 80s. There's no 70s even supposed to be in the house. I showed Huan Bon, and there's nothing he can do about it. It's not his fault. He doesn't order this stuff. He just puts it in. But he said he'd get a hold of him, but we will definitely get a hold of him. Right now, I'm just going to look. So to read these, and I think I went over this the other day, but to read these, there's a number under each of these doors, D2, D3, D4, door 2, door 3, door 4. So you take that number underneath that window or that door or whatever it is in these drawings, and you just go to, that's clearing the lighting. Where the hell's my drawing at? Maybe it's back prior to that. So then when you go to this drawing, at every location where there's a door or a window, there is a W7, which is window 7 on the other page. Here's a D4, which is a door 4. D4, D4. If I remember right, the D4s were all 90-inch exterior doors, so there should be 3 of those. There's 3 80s laying over there. And then there should be 2 80-centimeter PVC doors for the 2 bathrooms. The bedroom, the laundry, and the master suite, they're all wooden doors, so they wouldn't have a PVC frame. So it looks like they sent 70s and 80s, and they should have been 80s and 90s. But again, this has got nothing to do with Huan Bon there, but we'll get with Duke, we'll get it figured out. It's not that big a deal. But this is why you need to pay attention, because he might have just seen the 70-centimeter doors and put them in. I don't know. He hasn't done any doors. Well, they did. I'm sorry. They did one door over there in the kitchen, and I'm going to go measure it, but I think it's big enough for a 90-centimeter door. But we'll go find out right now. I got to grab my tape measure first, and I'm not going to do this on camera because I'm trying not to embarrass anybody, okay? So I'll just let you know how it turns out. I verified a D4 is a 90-centimeter door. They've blocked for one door so far, and it is a 90-centimeter, that one going out of the kitchen. The frames that are laying over there are 3 centimeters on each side, so that should be a 96-centimeter opening minimum. He's got 108, so we got plenty of room to do whatever we need to do, so no harm done yet. We'll just talk to Duke, we'll get it figured out. About 1 p.m. It got pretty darn sweltering earlier. About 30 minutes ago, it clouded up, got dark, and we're actually getting a few sprinkles as we speak. And it's probably dropped 20 degrees, I bet. Humidity's almost gone. So yeah, nice relief, actually. We have not had one drop for 6 to 8 weeks until about 20 minutes ago.